create it and then share it, right? So you can go to any page, any list page, because that's where
Yeah.
we added it. So if I go into customer ledger entries page, you see the switch to enter into analysis mode.
Yeah.
The, the only thing that you need to remember when you are start utilizing the analysis view is the filter that you apply on the current page will be respected over there. And it's good to apply the filters if you have any, so that the less data goes into analysis view, and if the less data will go, it'll have a better performance at the end of the day, right? So if you want a specific customer, a specific region, or a specific dimension, then filter them out before you move to your next step, which is getting into analysis view. So based on the filter on the current page, either set programmatically or by the user, the analysis view will use that data to kind of create this, right? Now this is a demo view that I created, but then I can always go ahead and create a new view if needed, which will show me everything that's possible. And then here on this section, you get the option to uh, do certain things on this view if needed. So right now, if you see, some of the fields are selected, or quite a few fields are selected. You can just unselect all of them and then pick what fields you want. So I can say I need customer number, I need document type, and you can search for here. So let's see, document type. And then the beauty is that any date field that you have is automatically splitted into date, month, and year. So you don't have to do that math here. Any date field is available as it is, or it's available as year, quarter, or month. So for some kind of analysis, if you want to do the yearly or quarterly reviews or monthly reviews, you can just add those fields. So then I can just add, let's say, quarter. You can also drag them from here. So I'm dragging it here, and that gives me, or maybe let me add it onto the, let me switch it to the pivot mode, so that now I get the posting date by quarter. And then here inside these, oh, doesn't show up that those fields. Where are the other fields? Okay, let me drag this. And then I need an amount field dragged into my values. And let me do this posting date in the columns. So now I can see customers quarterly, how much they kind of owe me. And then if I want to do add a layer on it for the month, a sub layer for it. So then I can then add this as a sub item from here to here. So now for Q1, you can see January, February, March. Same for, you can expand for Q4. You can see it here. And if you want to add a level on top of it, you can then do it here. You can surely add other fields if needed in the same manner. So I can just add customer name if that's needed for me. And then I can also do a copy with header and also export it to a CSV or an Excel file directly. So when you do an Excel, it'll kind of export the same data that you see on your screen into your connected Microsoft Excel, which doesn't look that good from that perspective. But this is supporting the Excel grouping feature. So this is Microsoft Excel grouping feature. So you can also expand and collapse those sections here. Okay. Uh, Avinash, anything else on this?
No, I think I think good. I don't know, like new. I mean that export feature. I don't know. You have
Then you can
some
name
new.
it. Okay, so I
Yeah.
can name it as uh, PC open discussion. and then it will be saved in my view as it is. And then I guess here is an option to copy the link so that I can send it to my colleague who can also use it. Okay, so I can copy the link, which will generate a link so that it can be given to the current company or to any specific company that we choose. So we'll change the link based on that. So if I do it this way, then anyone in my company who might be using a different company can just copy this link and paste it. And let's try that. Let's copy this. If I go ahead and paste it, it have the tenant info, and it also, because my default company was Cronus, it linked it to Cronus. It'll automatically add that, bring me to directly to that analysis view. So you can share your views, and it says not located, which is weird.
Okay, so preparing.
No, not located. Let's do a company specific. So this company can use it. Okay. Hopefully now it works. Yes. Okay. Load it. Load it. Load it. Okay, load it. Here, that's. Okay. But not just that.
Yes.
With the availability of AI here, you can create analysis view using AI if needed.
Mhm.
Okay. You can either do it from here or you can go back flip here. Both the options will be available here by using Copilot or by using manually as we were creating. So I can say that I would like to analyze the list. Um, Show me amount due by from my customers for next 6 months. I will need customer number and customer name in the view. Generate. And you will be interacting it with like any other AI model, not just inside the inside the Copilot. But as you said it, it'll try to interpret your word and will create a view for you. And if you see the title of the view, it says due amount next 6 months.
Okay.
And it is trying to show you the customer number and the name that you asked for, and then trying to show you the remaining amount. Hopefully there is some data into it and load in a while. Come on. Oh, maybe there is no data. So there is some filter applied, it seems. Let's see what filter it applied. So if I see, okay, here on the due date, it applied filter in range of 7/12/2024, which is today's date, till 1/12/2025, which means for next 6 months. But there is no amount which is due between this range. Okay, so let's remove it and let's see where the amounts are, and then we'll ask it to create again.
Yeah, maybe we could do for 2023.
Okay, 2023, there is amount for 2023 and 2024. And yes, so let's ask it for to create for 2024. Show me amount due by customers for year 2024. I would like to see group by quarter and customer number and customer name. Um, okay, customer name. required in the view. Okay, let's see what it does. So I said I need it for 2024 and I want it to break up by quarter. So as it is sensing that, it would create a new view for you, which is here for posting date year 2024. It also shows you 2023, which is a little bit surprising. One and why it is showing 2023. Only, and you can continue conversation with it. Only show me entries with posting date for year 2024. Okay. And then what else? Is there a field? Group it by currencies. So until you close this tab, it'll keep making changes into what you are doing right now, what you're seeing right now. So because I said currency code, it removed, oh no, it kept the filter for 2024 and then the currency is, I guess, blank in this database all the time. So it's empty. Show me debit and credit amount. Okay. So with the conversational AI, you can keep talking to it. And as you will be talking to it, it'll just be giving you responses based on what you wanted. Or let's say hide rows where remaining amount is 0. As in, doesn't make sense to do it here, but it's available here to kind of see how, and you can bundle all these prompts that I'm giving in one single go. You don't have to kind of do it every time, but I'm doing it as I'm learning it and I'm seeing the differences into it. So then I'm doing it that way. But you can surely bundle all these commands into one single statement, and the Copilot will be able to understand and show it to you. Rename the tab as demo 2. It should be doing it, hopefully. Come on. Yes.
Yeah, did.
Okay. So you can use Copilot here, or you can do it manually. You can, if you have a query in mind, let's see what the Copilot helps you with, and then you can surely modify it based on what you need. Now, anything that is dotted, that means it's not yet saved, and it is not yet saved because I'm still in conversation with it. If I say keep it, then and only then the Copilot will store this analysis view for you. Anyone else have any questions? Shivanshu, Aman, Kapil? Okay, so you keep it and it creates an analysis view for you. And as we saw earlier, you can always export it out. The beauty is that you can do interactions with it here. So when you select two rows, it shows you sum, average, minimum, max, everything here. So you don't have to put it out into Excel to do basic sums or max or min out of it. You can just do it here and show you what the values are. How many rows are selected, how many columns are selected, what is the maximum value in this, and what is the sum of all those columns. So it just that does that here. You don't have to go to Excel to do all these things. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? So Aman, Shivanju, and Kapil, you guys are continuously doing the quiz. How are things going there?
Pretty good. Like every day, it's kind of a new thing that I'm learning for sure. Even hitting a wrong answer, at the end of the day, you know what actually is the correct one, and you kind of make yourself correct in that way.
How many times you guys had to open the manual to get to the right answer?
I haven't tried that, but for sure, I'm looking into it. Like, what can be the possible things? But yeah, the options that you're giving are pretty kind of sometimes confusing. Like, okay, that can also be an at the same time B can also be an option. So yeah.
Aman, Shivanju, you guys are opening manuals while answering those?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's confusing. Sometimes the two answers are always correct.
Two answers are always correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it for at least 3-4 months, and then the plan is then we'll do a lab kind of a thing where there'll be a question and then not a question actually, there will be a scenario, user requirement, and then we'll be building it together, and then we'll set up a meeting, most probably Wednesdays or Thursdays, whenever the time permits, where we'll be discussing how you were thinking about it and what you build around it. But before we go that route, there's a long way to at least cover tables. Right now, we are only on to the table properties at this moment. Okay. Avinash, anything else, man?
No, I think that in my mind now.
Okay.
Uh,
So then,
did we did
go ahead.
we like ever cover like we covered about Excel reports? Did we cover about word layout?
Oh man, I for some reason I didn't like wall layout, but if you guys want, I can surely do it. And the reason is it's as a I'm still thinking what is the need of the world layout, and no offense if somebody is using it and you're listening to the recording later, but I don't understand, other than email bodies, what is the actual use case of the world layout. There are
Uh,
surely limitations into the world layout, right? That you can't do
yes.
X, you can't do Y, but
Mhm.
how, I'm still trying to figure out somebody telling me that, oh, sort of, this cannot be done if you don't have a world layout. And now I'm thinking even about the email bodies, that now when you have things available inside Business Central, you are actually going for world layout. Like, let me give you an example. There's a feature which was there in NAV back then, and then Microsoft decided to bring it back. Didn't made a huge announcement about it, but it's called Word Templates, which is typically a mail merge. You guys know about mail merge or not?
No.
No? Okay. So what happens in the mail merge, and let's create a new mail merge. You come here and you say, okay, I would like to create a new mail merge. And the table in this case is customer, because I'm on a simple entity. And if you guys would be interested, we'll, after this, we'll spend some time on a complex entity. Uh, I'll choose the entity that I need, which in this case by default selected as customer. Go to the next, and it'll download a blank template. Now, people who haven't known about mail merge, it'll be a little bit confusing for them. I hope I'll be able to explain it. But it's super simple. It's a pretty old technology which existed in the product for a very long time. Not the Business Central or NAV, but it is just a Microsoft Word feature. So what happens when you do that? You get a customer template zip file, you extract it, and the content of this extract will be an Excel file and a Word file. So you get this, a Word file and an Excel file. Let's look at both of them. The Excel file is the data source, which contains all the field that you have selected in your setup. And if I haven't done it, I'll do it. You don't touch this file. You don't move this file. You keep it here. This is for the reference of the Word file. Then you open your Word file, and here you get a blank slate to be as creative as you want. Now this file is automatically connected to the data set which came into the Excel. And now here I can be as creative like hi, and then I want my customer name. So I can come into the mailing area and then from here do this. This will link to the value of the customer name field in my database. What other fields I have? I have the address. So I can come here and say, okay, I would like to pick the address. In the next line, I would like to get the address to. I would like to get the city, and I would like to get the contact and also the phone number. Currently, we are running an offer, and whatever your details are, you can put in here. If you want, you can also add images into it. So let's try to add an image. I'll have to check that can I do images from the database or not, and we'll see that in a while if needed. But I can come here and put the image for yesterday results. And like a normal Word document, I can just do any kind of formatting that I'll do with the Word. So I can come here and then do a, how you do that in line with the text thing. I forgot about it. Okay. Okay. Let's say this is something that I would like to send to all my customers. Okay. And I save this. I come back here and I say next. It says upload the template. This time I just have to select the file, which is the Word file that I've created, which is this, and then give it a name. Okay. Next. And then I finish it. Now at this point, I can close this and I can say, okay, I would like to send this mail merge document to these 4 customers. Apply Word template on these 4. Text customer, text, which format you want, doc, docs, PDF, HTML, text. Whatever the file that you have done, it'll automatically render it into that format. You click next and you say finish. In this case, because I'm trying to apply the Word template, it'll download it into my system, which is here. So now I can see that this shows me hi, whatever the customer name, address is, and then whatever my fixed text is. At the same time, if I open the second one, it'll show me the second one. But not just that. When you get into this and say, I would like to send email to this customer, and not just this customer, even from the sales order, when the order is created for this customer, I can use the Word template to be my email body. So now this did not render the way I expected it, and because of this fact box and this image. But the idea is that you have more and more option even to create the body, or if this becomes interesting, you can also add it in your attachment. So I can say the event one gets attached to my attachment here, and then my customer gets this so that he or she can see this, which is from Microsoft. They have created this. And adding this into any existing entity is simply copying an action from the customer on the vendor card, because this is by default available on the customer or vendor entity. You just need to copy this action and plug it to any entity, sales order, purchase order, or any other entity. Avinash, does that make sense?
Yes, it looks good. I also tried. I didn't know about that feature.
Yeah, this
And
was
maybe
back then in Navision.
uh,
And then here, as I was saying, that by default, if you look at it, it says 25 fields selected. You can always change which fields you want. Okay. It'll surely have some field which is selected by default, and then you can disable them if you don't need them and choose the field that you want into your Excel file. But not just that, you can also add related entities to it. So now I can say that I would like to add a related entity, and my related entity is, let's say, customer ledger entry, because I would like to draft an email and it doesn't show that, which is weird. It should show that because it's based on the table relation, I guess. That's why you don't see it here. But let's do
seems
an
it is
unrelated.
filtered. It is filtered there somewhere
Yeah,
in
because
ID.
I did here, right? Related entity. So when I do a related entity, then it
Mhm.
looks up for all the fields in the customer table
Mhm.
and see the table relation of it. And if there is a new table found, that is
Mhm.
considered as a related entity. If
Oh,
you do an unrelated entity, then you get everything. Okay. So
okay.
now here, because then the onus is on me or the developer to set the relationship between the two entities. So when I say customer ledger entry, now I'll have to do a relationship. Why it is showing me this? Okay. No, I don't want it this way. This is attached to a record. What are the related entities to customer? Payment term, finance charges, location, salesperson, purchaser, shipping agent number, series. Okay, let's pick one or two entities to see how the data set is generated. So I'd like to get salesperson, purchaser, and I would like to get payment term. So payment term is related with payment term code on both the tables. And every field that will be added from the payment term table into the data set will be prefixed with PAYME. So this get added. And right now there are two fields selected, but I can again come here and say I would like to do see the discount percentage. I would like to see due date calculation. And you can keep going and adding fields or tables if needed. Oh, I'm on the wrong entity. I'll have to go into payment term and customer and then do a related entity. So I did add payment term. This is weird that you can only add it one time. It says salesperson code on this table is related to this. And then this gets added. Then from here, you can also add fields that needed. Okay. And then on customer, let's choose some fields. Let's do picture. Let's see what happens. I haven't tried it, but let's see. Okay, let's do this. So we have three entity relation: customer, payment term, and salesperson. Once we do next, you'll again download the blank template. It's got downloaded here. Let me extract it here. The only difference between this data source and the previous data source will be a little bit bigger. And first there are customer fields, and then anytime you go forward, you will see that the fields will get added with the prefix. So all payment term field are starting with PAYM, and salesperson field starts with sales. So now using this template, I can do the same thing again. Enable, yes, do a hi to your customer. Please confirm following details. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Where was the blob? I need to see the image. Let's see. Does the image get transferred? Because that'll be interesting. I have never tried that.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for it. Okay. Oh, there is a picture also. There is an image and then there is a picture. So let's see what the picture holds. Okay, picture and image. That's interesting. Let's save that. Okay. Let's come back here. Let's upload the template. And let me drag this in here. Okay. Let's do demo 2. Finish. Okay. Now let's see. 1, 1, 3, and 5. Oh, it got the GUID for the what is
Image.
called.
I think that's
Yeah, what is
image.
that data type? Media. So it got the media ID rather than translating it into an image. It's interesting. I didn't know that we'll do that. But you get the idea, right? So that you can have a related or unrelated tables. And then if it is an unrelated table, the problem is that you will have to link it to a specific record. You can't just do a table relation like I was trying to do between customer and customer ledger entry. You'll have to link it to a specific record. So that's what this brings up into the table. So, and I don't know that you can modify these. There should be a master page for it, I guess. Called Word template, hopefully. Yeah. So all the Word templates will be here, irrespective of from where they are coming. So like there is a sample from Microsoft I built on the contact called contact thank you. There is a customer template from Microsoft, and then there is a vendor template from Microsoft. If there are related entities, you can just notice them here. And if there are unrelated, then what happens is interesting. Add unrelated entities, and let's do customer level entry. So here you see that it shows you all the record. So you're not trying to relate, you can't create a relationship between those two entities if system does not suggest you that it is a related entity. Then you'll have to point to a specific record. So like if you are talking about a specific payment that is due, so then, and that will be case by case. You can't just relate them directly. Now it shows you all under related entity, which means that they are entities, but they are either related or unrelated. Okay. Anything else, Abhinash, or anyone else that you guys are thinking about?
One question. So we could send to multiple customer also, right? This email with that Word template at once.
Can you send us email? I'll have to see. Not by default, I guess. This is not available by default. You will have to either customize it, because I don't think there was an option to email. Yeah. And so like if there is an order to this customer,
Mhm.
if you want to send it on the background, I think we'll have to see is it even possible. And let's have a look if I can find my VS Code open somewhere. Let me see. Let's see how it looks over there. Hmm. I need to look for a extension where I have symbols downloaded. Okay, let me find one. Okay, this is what, no, this is not an extension. This is, I was testing something. Hopefully here is something. Okay, let's see. So if I go into the customer card, let's see this. I haven't seen it programmatically of their build it. And can you just add it with a simple custom code? It surely is an action called word template. So let's search for word template. So here is the code to set data and then do a run model, which surely runs the page, right? Or template page. Now this would be a wizard page. And once you reach to the end of it, that you start selecting options, output, save as format, the spread document and all. Then at this point, word template merge, output, create a stream, get document, edit. Set filters. Where is that? Overview. Finish. Okay. So in the finish, what it is doing a mail merge template function call, and then it downloads the document. Now the merge template is the function which is after all the inputs, which I'm pretty sure we can give from the code. It calls this function, which then load it, merge it, create a stream. So it gives you into the stream. Okay. So you will have to kind of mimic this function after generating all the parameters that you need to set, what is the output type and things like that. And then based on your input variables, it'll give you the output into the stream. Once it is into the stream, you can surely add it into your email body. So it should not be that hard, Avinash. You might have to read it 1 or 2 times to kind of get used to with it, but you can surely mimic this function to get the data into the stream. And once you have the data into the stream, then you can surely plug it in into your report email attachments or body.
Yeah. Okay.
Because eventually you will have to eliminate all the steps into that page, kind of hard code those values, and then generate get the Excel file or the Word or the HTML, whatever your file you need. You can just get that from there. And I'm pretty sure this is possible from here because nothing is tagged as on-prem, which is nice. I like it. Because in
Yeah.
the earlier versions, I guess it was tagged as on-prem. Now it is not. Because for each Word template, here you will get the unique code, so you can get the code from there, from the table, or you might have set a boolean that this will be used for emailing, so you can just filter out those template from that. And then going down next is the output format, which seems a variable that is set, so you can just set it to PDF. And then the last is, because it's only one, it's just got downloaded, but at the end what's being called is the finish area here. So once everything looks good, it then calls into this and then downloads the document. So instead of downloading it, once it is in the stream, then you can move forward with it and attach it to the email if needed. And here is that function which allows you to convert it to a stream. Anything else, sir?
No, that is all I think about this. So basically, for a Word report layout, maybe we could do one session only. I think why they are like creating Word layout is, like the user also could modify same as the Excel layout. That is one reason, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they are not that intuitive for the users.
True.
They
Yeah,
still
it is
need development skills to build a Word layout.
true.
And maybe I'm thinking as a developer, I'm pretty sure users will have their own opinions. But as a developer, I feel like if you are spending that much time in learning Word layout, you should easily learn the RDLC layout. And the beauty is that earlier in the older versions of Business Central or NAV, you're not able to build a layout and then plug it into a report that your partner built for you or Microsoft built for you. Now it's super easy. If you are even creating the Word RDLC layout in vacuum, separate,
Mhm.
you can still upload that into your report layout page and then mark it as the
Custom
default,
layout by default.
right?
Yeah.
Those pages, there was some different pages which was available. They all get replaced with this page called report layouts. So this becomes going forward the only home page for all the report layouts. All these pages will be gone, custom report and the built-in report layouts.
Mhm.
Or maybe they are already gone. But here is your home for all your layouts: standard report, Word layout, Excel layout, RDLC layout, or any other thing. And you can just come here and create new. So if you have an RDL file that you know which report you have created it for, you can just pick RDLC option and then upload your file here, which as in right now it'll just create a empty area into it like this, and then it'll ask you what you want to upload, which then eventually uploaded. And the beauty is that you can see which of these are coming from which extension. So you can either filter it out, you can see user defined layout if there are any. So I just created one and then I have some other for the demos in the past. They are Excel type, right? And then which is coming from which extension, you can also see this here. And then I can see how many reports are actually coming from which extension using your own old thing that you're saying. I can see extension name, And then I can see that there are quite a few reports in the base application, which is 585, and other applications or extension which are generating any kind of report. Sustainability has 6 report, and this is the new feature that's part of the BC24 release. But don't get into 5 different pages. If you are into the layouts, just come to this page, and this is not available in this version. It was available in the prior versions also. So you can always search for report layout, and that becomes your home, or at least the future home for all your report layouts.
And now also in documentation, they are saying, that custom report layout, they call it as legacy. So
Yeah, because that's going away. I guess
yeah.
there is a warning here also, custom report layout. I think there is a warning. Oh, there's nothing to see here. But if you have so yeah, now there is this action. So if you have a customer who's upgrading to BC24, they have an action to, before your upgrade to 24, or if you're on 22 or 23, you can use this action to move this report from here to the report layout section, system layout section. So like I can still create a new one, I guess here. Let's say for report 2, and I'll do insert world layout. Okay. And then I can come here and say, okay, move this to my system layout, which will then move it from here to my system layout for report number 2. So this would have been available here now.
Yep,
So
it is
here,
there.
this is coming from there, right? Because there were some errors when customers were actually upgrading to BC24, that they were getting an error. So then Microsoft added this action to automatically move your reports before that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And it says migrate, so it doesn't say move. So it's only copying it. It is not deleting it. So you'll have to manually delete it from here, it seems. Okay. Yeah, so this is surely going away. The custom report layout, or all those different pages for the report layout. One single home for all report layout needs. Okay, then I have a meeting starting, guys. So thank you for your time. See you guys then.
Thank you
Hopefully
so
by
much.
next week I'll figure it out, the Teams thing, and then we'll continue our discussion.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
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 Take-
Bye.
Bye.